Well, good morning, everyone. I'm sitting here with a beautiful Veillette Gryphon guitar. This was made by Joe Veillette in the USA, and it's handmade by him. And I bought it directly from him. I was at a guitar fair in Northern California, and I met Joe there. And he had this beautiful instrument there on display, and I just had to have it, so I bought it from him. It was about 12 years ago, and I've had it ever since. I actually went back to visit with him in Woodstock, where it's built, and I took it back there so he could do a little tune-up on it. Sometimes little guitars need a little extra attention, not because there's anything wrong with them, because there's not. The guitar is structurally sound. It's a beautiful instrument. It just needed a little tweaking on the nut. And so he took care of that for me, and we had a nice conversation, and I played some of his guitars that he was building. He tries to find unique things in his building. He has very unique instruments. So if you want to see unique, check his line out. He's really something else, and he can special build for you. I think he's still building. I haven't looked on his website recently, but I do know he does send these out now. They're called the Avante, and those are I think they're being built in China or Indonesia or something, but they're not made here in the United States now. But this one was, and I think he still builds some here in the U.S., but they cost considerably more because they are hand built. It's a solid spruce top, mahogany back and sides. Has a very, very short scale on this thing. It's like 18.5 inches. And so, usually your standard guitar is like 25.5. It's way out to here. This is just really short. But it's a 14th fret to the body. And it's under a lot of tension because it's a 12 string. And as you can hear it, it sounds like a mandolin. The reason why it sounds like that, let me put my sleeve out of the way here. The reason why it sounds like that is because it's actually built so that the tension is such that it's almost like putting a capo on your guitar at the 10th fret. It's almost a full octave higher. And so you've got 12 strings, and they're at this high tension, almost a full octave higher, just one step back. It's D to D is how this is actually tuned. So it's like a standard tuning, it's just D to D instead of E to E, and it's an octave higher. Okay, does that make sense? And so it's got a beautiful sound to it. Right now I have it plugged in. I'm using a wireless adapter that's made by Bose and is going out to the Bose S1, and it's nice and clean. And it has a Timberland pickup in it. I don't know if you've ever seen these, but they work with two 9-volt batteries. Not usually it's just one, but they put two in it so that it would actually be more effective in terms of giving it more headroom. And it sounds absolutely awesome. I mean, there's no hissing, humming, hiccups, rattles, nothing. It just sounds just beautiful in here. And it has a volume knob and a tone knob. It just sounds great plugged in. It's called the D-Tar, Timberland. So this is just a great guitar. And it's made really, really well. And he even signed the back of it. I love the signature that's on this. You can see that, I think. And as you can see, it says Woodstock. And that's where it's made, in Woodstock, New York. Not too far from where I was raised. I was raised in Palatine Bridge. I don't live there anymore, but I was raised there. And that was not too far from Woodstock. In fact, I remember as a young person when they had Woodstock, because I was living there at the time. And I remember seeing hippies driving through our area. I And I was very impressed by that. So yeah, that was a long time ago. And so that's where this was made, in Woodstock. And right now, as you could see, I put a capo on here. This is a partial capo that I put on here. It's actually covering strings 5, 3, and 2. And so what it does is it gives this drop. Actually, it's like a drop double D, except the B string is also dropped. It's not covering those. And so it gives a really nice Celtic tune. And in fact, when you put a thumb pick on, let me see if we get this one going here, how this will sound. It just sounds. Anyways, you get the idea. It just sounds great. I love this little guitar. It's just a lot of fun to play. And it sounds absolutely beautiful. And it just kind of, it inspires you sometimes when you pick up something that's just different. So yeah. So I thought I'd show this to you today. I haven't played it. I played it before, probably about 11 months ago. So I thought maybe I better pull that thing out, play it again. And so here it is, the Veillette Gryphon, made by Joe Veillette himself in Woodstock, New York. And just a very unique instrument. So anyways, I have to tell you what happened to me though yesterday when I went to edit the video that I put out this morning, because it's nighttime right now. When I got to the place where I started doing, I did a major part of the editing, and then I started adding some stuff to it. And when I did, I got this message saying that the program that I'm using was banned in the United States. So anyways, it was part of some bill that got put out, and it got banned. So now I've got to figure out something else to use for editing. I had another program, but I wasn't real familiar with it. So if you start seeing the videos look a little bit different, it's because I'm using a different program and I'm just trying to figure it out now. So now I've got double duty trying to get adapted to another program. So anyways, I don't know why I'm telling you this. Something that happened, and so I thought I'd share it. So yeah, so there's that. And I guess I probably also could show you something I had here. See, I've got my capos out here. This is a G7th Capo, a partial capo. They're such a great company. I know I talked about them already, in terms of their policies and returning. This thing has been improved in terms of how it's made, though, because I had one of the earlier models and it wore out, and they sent me this new one in replacement, and it's made really, really well. But I also have here, we were talking about G7th, the yoke type capos, and I have a couple of yoke type. I don't have the G7th. They're like $200, it's really expensive. But I have one here, it's called the Hamilton. This is like $14. And it works really, really easy. I mean, it gets stuck, coming out of that notch, but so it's not super fast, if you're going to put it on. I say that, if you have it loose to begin with and then tighten it in place, it works good. and it stays out of the way. But, you know, to get it off, you know, it can be kind of sloppy, but it just came off easy. So, and then this one's the same way. This one's made by Taylor. It's a little more expensive. I think this is like $32 or something like that. But when you go to open it up, you have to put pressure on the side, and it'll go in and out the notch that it locks into place. See that? But pressing that while it's on here sometimes is, I mean, you get used to it, but it's a little bit awkward. Basically, you just, you know, when you go to put it on, it'll snap right on, and then you can, you know, tightening in place. So it's not bad. But I also noticed that you can loosen it up and stick it behind this, well, in this case, I don't know if it'll fit. No, it did. You can put it behind the nut, and it would just rest there. And then you're not fighting with it when you get ready for it. Just bring it forward. But then you got to screw it into place. It's just so much easier to use a trigger capo. You know, these are real nice because it doesn't have, it stays out of your way as well. I mean, you have the trigger down here, but, you know, the upper part is nice. In this case, I don't have a lot of tension on it. But anyways, I just thought I'd show you that, you know, there are different yoke capos out there. There's another one's called the Page that I hear is pretty good. I've yet to try one of those. But so far I have these two. And I doubt I'll spend $200 on a capo. I just can't justify that. But you know, if I get a chance to try one, I am going to do it. I've yet to get near one. And let's see, I guess that's it. That's what I wanted to show you for today. So we'll just leave it there. Just thought I'd share my Veillette today. And that's it. All right. Well, don't forget to subscribe. I have like 280 to go. No, 180. 180 to go, and I'll be at 10,000 mark. And hopefully, right now been doing this channel for almost 11 months. Not quite, but almost 11 months. So my goal was by 12 months to have 10,000. So it looks like I might make it. We'll see. It's a little slow right now. Whenever I get to close to a milestone, it seems like it all slows down. It's probably that watch pot syndrome that it never boils. Anyways, all right. Well, I'm going to leave you there, and I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.